Our Eve, promoting the game and its players. Hey there, my name is Johnny Pugh, in-game character name Sir Livingston, and today I'm going to be showing you the V3 comparison shots of the capital ships that are currently on TQ now, and the ones that are on the V3 versions that are on Singularity, the CC test server. Right here, that was a roke roll. This is the Aeon. This is we're in the carriers right now. Now I'm just going to briefly show each one. It's not going to take too long. Like I said, 10 minutes or so. We're going to go through all of these and show them off. What I found out is the V3 versions were released on Singularity about a week ago, and there were a few videos already released about it out there, and I have to give those guys props for getting their videos out soon, and they're really on top of it. Personally, I logged on CC that day and downloaded it, checked out the capital ships, and didn't think much of it because I completely forgot that I actually have people who want to see this stuff. So here we are. That's a Chimera. The Chimera version, V3 Chimera, is phenomenal. Look at that thing. Beautiful. That's one thing I have yet to do, to fly a carrier on any of my characters. One of the most dramatic changes is the new Rhea and the new Nomad. You'll see what I'm talking about. There we go, Super Capital Caldari. The V3 versions, now, have the stations been V3'd yet? I remember someone mentioning about stations. The Nyx, another Super Cap, Galente. Super Carrier, also called Motherships. Very nice. And if I mispronounce any of these ship names, I'm human. I'm an American. I do not know exactly how to pronunciate everything. We are all humans. Remember that. The Thanatos. Normal carrier for Galente. I remember back in my nullsec days, so many carrier pilots out there in their Thanatos running anomalies. They make quite a bit of money for themselves doing that. As long as you're in rather safe space, you don't get AWOXed. Got a Hell. The V3 version of the Mimitar Capital Carrier. They look nice. Pretty good. Now the Hell is nice. The Nidhogger, it's not as dramatic a change, but you can tell. Very good. There we are. I have a question for you. Probably a lot of you have been on capital kill mails. Yeah. Or have even lost a capital yourself. I personally have never, well, I've flown a freighter, which isn't really capital, but it's classified as a capital. But I've never lost one. I don't know if I ever killed one either, or been on a kill mail of one. Can't remember. Yeah, I've been on a jump freighter kill mail, I think, and a freighter before. There's a V3 version of the Revelation, the Amar Dreadnought. If you're wondering where the Revenant and the Orca is, because those are both capital ships, there aren't yet V3 versions of those on Singularity. I do not know if they are going to be releasing V3 versions of those, or if the Revenant is already considered V3. There's a Phoenix, the Caldari Dreadnought. I think I've been over this particular topic before about knowing ship names, being able to put a name with a ship hull and be able to know immediately what its capabilities are. It's extremely important in PvP. You got to be immediately putting that name with the ship hull and its abilities, so you can evaluate your strategy. You can change it up as soon as you know what's coming on field. There's the Moros, the Galente Dreadnought, and the Naglfar. That is the Mimitar Dreadnought. And they added some more wingy bits. Yep. This ship always frustrated me with preview modes because of how tall it is. You just can't fit it all in and show it large. You can't show a big view of it. Providence, the T1 freighter for Mar. One of the most beautiful freighters in EVE, my opinion. Although my alt does use the Charon, not a Providence. There we are. There's a Charon. The V3 version of this is it's sort of bland, but it makes sense. It looks like a T1 freighter, which is nice. However, the Rhea doesn't really strike me as a T2 version. It's extremely slight change from the Charon. You'll see. The Obelisk, the Galente T1 freighter. I've never liked the design of this ship, although it is extremely unique in its hull, but I just never liked it. Yeah. It looks so goofy. It's ridiculous. There's the Fenrir, aka Sandcrawler. The resemblance is so striking that it just, if you know anything about Star Wars, it just clicks. And the Ark. See, I'm happy they took away that bright red. It always seemed out of place. Like on the Absolution, it had that bright red, and the, of course, the Retribution frigate. It never seemed right. So now this more blood, dark maroon, I think. Is that what it? Yeah. It works much better in the EVE environment. And here is the Rhea. See what I'm talking about? It looks very much like the Charon, but it has a couple gold stripes and the manufacturer's emblem on the frontmost section of the ship. Personally, I did prefer the Rhea with the goofy camo. And there's the Anshar, previously green, and now it is violet, or blue, purplish, whatever you consider that color. I do like this change. I do. And the fact that this coloration is similar, very similar to all the other T2 Galente vessels, that coloration. Here's the Nomad and the T2 version of it. Check it out. They just took camo and went all out. Man, look at that thing. Like everyone says, those space trees, space forest, space shrubberies, space leaves. Gotta have that camo if you want to survive. And there is the Avatar, the Amar Titan. With the OMG face on the front. It's a very unique vessel. Most people consider it the Mushroom because of how it's designed. You stand it up on its rear and it looks like the Mushroom. The actual... Yeah, there's Leviathan. Not a huge change for the Leviathan, just a V3. Nothing extremely striking that's new about it. And we're coming up to the last two ships, the Erebus and the Ragnarok. The Erebus, you have to see this to believe it. You'll understand. You only see it for a brief moment here. Look very closely. Do you see it? Do you see it? It's got spinners. It actually has some spinners. Yeah. Well, that's where the turret goes, I believe. One of them, or the three of them, yeah. But yeah, it looks like spinners. Alrighty, well, these have been the V3 capital ship versions that are currently available for viewing on the Singularity test server. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.